Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Latina Plants. My name is Jackie, and for today's video, we're going to pot a bunch of Hoyas. So grab your drinks. This is going to be a pretty long one. We are going to start here with the Australis Lisa. Actually, it's the regular Hoya Australis. And this is my soil mix. I just use cocoa coir, perlite, orchid bark mix, and charcoal. And I'm using these clear pots from Amazon. I believe they are 4 or 4.5 inch pots, as well as these mesh pads I'm going to be putting on the bottom so that we have minimal soil loss. I really like using these mesh pads because they are reusable, so I keep cleaning them and reusing them for my repots. And I also got this scoop from Amazon. It was a scoop set and I love it. And so I'm just using the skewer to hold down the mesh pads so they don't move around as I'm filling in the pot with the soil. And we're going to just do a transfer here of the Hoya australis. This is just the green version. As you can see, she's growing really fast. I have cut her multiple times and made different plants out of her. And so I feel like her roots are coming out the bottom because she needs a new pot. As you can see, I'm not upsizing her into a pot that is too large. And I did want to mention that I use these wire trellises that you can buy from Amazon as well. You can get the pack of hearts or the round ones. I will leave everything linked down below for you guys to check out. I did want to also let you know that I'm working on my Amazon storefront for you guys. But for now, I will link everything individually for you until my Amazon storefront is ready. Here I'm removing the old mesh pads from the bottom. As you can see, if the plant is not too root bound, you won't have that many root loss. And I think it works great to keep the soil in your pots. And so we're going to go ahead and sit her in, and you can see I'm not doing too much of an upsize. I'm going to use some of this extreme myco. I am almost completely out of this stuff, you guys. I think it works fantastic for my plants. I've seen a lot of good health in my plants by using this in the soil or amendments. My plants seem to be healthier. I've been battling less root rot and things like that. I just feel like the roots and the plant itself has been healthier since I've been using myco. And so here I'm going to just fill in any gaps in between just to make sure there are no air bubbles. I'm going to use my skewer just to push it into the gaps in between the pot and the root ball. Also doing some tapping, spanking that pot, to make sure that the soil settles into all of the air pockets. And then I'm just going to sit her right back into her catch pot. I love using nursery pots and catch pots for my plants, especially ceramic ones that will help them stay up and create some weight for the base. So this next plant that we are repotting here, I actually picked up from Home Depot. I thought it was the verticillata black margin, but it's actually the silver splash heartleaf Hoya. I believe it's either acuta or parasitica. And again, this plant I actually repotted not too long ago, but I wanted to pot it into a clear nursery pot so I can keep an eye on the roots and the soil moisture. She is not root bound at all, and the size pot that I'm transferring her into is about the same size, maybe an inch bigger. And I will tell you that since then, she has acclimated to her pot and her roots have grown well. And she has grown so much more, you guys. I think she may have even double or tripled in size since this repot. And here I am going to go ahead and do the same and fill in the edges and tap and make sure that the soil is settled. I did put in some myco off camera. I'm going to use my skewer again to make sure that all of the gaps are filled in with the substrate and straightening out the trellis and make sure she's nice and sturdy. And that is her. I will show you a close-up of all of the plants at the end of the video so that you can see what they look like. And so that's the Australis and the Parasitica Heartleaf Splash all done. Now we're going to work on my Hoya Rosita, you guys. She is still in her original pot hanging basket that I got from Canopy Plant Co. I really recommend them. Their plants do great in my home. I do repot them from the original soil, so she is in the same pot, but she is in my soil mix or soilless mix. As you can see here, her roots are growing tremendously out of the bottom. And yeah, she definitely needed a repot. I am not sure if it was the repot though that she got shocked from, but she actually is not doing well, you guys. I had to cut her back. I don't know if it was the fact that she lost some roots when I pulled her out of this pot or if she just got too much of an upsize, but I did find that her roots were either dry rotted or root rotted. I really think it was dry rot. I wasn't keeping up with her watering, and yeah, a lot of her leaves ended up being wrinkled, and she just was not bouncing back from the repot. And so I had to chop her up, you guys, and I was able to save a lot of her and create other pots with her in pawn, but the mother plant still looks like she is suffering and hasn't bounced back. So I'm going to end up doing another video for you guys and sharing with you guys what she looks like in the future and repotting her or trying to save her, rescue her, because I want her to be back into her glory like she looks here. So as you can see, she was pretty root bound, you guys, and I really didn't lose so many roots when I pulled her out of there. She was not happy at all with the repot and took a huge shock. I did use some myco on her roots as well, so I'm not really sure what happened with her. Again, I just think that I underwatered her and maybe she got some dry rot, and that is what happened with her. But to continue with this video, I'm showing you how I repotted her. Again, in the cocoa core mix with perlite, orchid bark mix. That's the Better Grow orchid bark that comes with perlite and charcoal. And I tried to make sure that there were no air gaps when I did the repot as well. Again, I'm not sure why she went downhill after this repot. Again, I think I underwatered her and she just ended up dry rotting, and I just have to rescue her now, you guys. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and finish her repot, making sure that all her gaps are filled in. And I really tried not to disrupt the root balls, so I don't think that it was the way that I repotted her that made her go into shock. I really think I just underwatered her. She was under super high light, and I think I just wasn't keeping up with her watering. I was very, very upset and devastated when I found out that I could possibly lose her because all her leaves and stems were getting wrinkly and I was losing some leaves. She is a very resilient Hoya, you guys, so I was able to save a lot of her because I try to keep an eye on all my plants, and I think I may have caught it in time to where I can make multiple plants of her and save her. I did also do some propagating of her, you guys, that I will be selling as well. I am currently selling some of my plants on PalmStreet. I will leave my PalmStreet link down below, you guys. I do want to make a separate video on PalmStreet to show you guys what I am doing. I've been doing it for a couple weeks now, and I'm pretty comfortable to share with you guys my experience as a seller and a buyer. I wanted to make sure to do a thorough trial of PalmStreet before I shared it with you guys. I know that a lot of people are hyped about PalmStreet and have been sharing it on their YouTubes and social medias. I just wanted to check it out before I shared it here with you guys because I don't want to share anything that I'm not too sure of with you guys. And now that I've gotten comfortable with PalmStreet, I am going to share a video with you guys. It's just been a super busy summer, with a 10-year-old and a 15-year-old in the house all the time with their friends and just doing family things all summer that I haven't been able to film as much as I would like to, you guys, and share everything with you, but I will in the future. So that is the Hoya Rosita, all potted up, you guys. Doesn't she look so beautiful? I can't wait till she's back to her glory, you guys. She's such a beautiful plant, very hardy, and I love the sun stressing that she was getting from the higher grow light that I put her under. I will also share that with you guys in a future video. So now we are going to work on this Hoya Chelsea. She is just, I believe, one vine in this pot. She has very little roots coming out of the bottom, and I'm upsizing her to a 3.5, I believe, inch pot, clear pot here. This one is actually available, you guys, on my PalmStreet if you're interested in her. She got a nice little repot, and I did list her on my PalmStreet. So if you're interested in her, go ahead and check that out. I will try to leave my PalmStreet link down below for you guys so you can head on over and see what I have listed. I would appreciate the support. Most of the money that I make from PalmStreet has gone back into my planty business. I am trying to grow a real big or nice size business out of this since I am currently not working. This is my work from home is YouTube and selling my plants that I make, all the baby plants that I make at home. I have a huge passion for plants, you guys, and propagating, and I really do enjoy everything planty and wanted to share the baby plants that I make with you guys. Nobody is obligated, but any support will be greatly appreciated from you guys. And so as you can see, this transfer is pretty much the same size pot that she was in. And I thought that was okay because she only has one vine and I didn't want to give her a pot that was too big. And she has acclimated and even grown new roots and is doing well. I do put in some myco to make sure that the transfer goes well and she doesn't go into any shock. Again, I will leave all the products and things that I use down below for you guys in case you are interested. I do recommend this myco. Again, I've used like the entire bag already, and I've moved on to a different kind of myco just because I like to try new things. But yeah, that myco was great for all of my plants, especially for alocasias that can go through transplant shocks and things like that, and plants that are stressing. I feel like the myco really does help them. And here I'm just using my skewer to make sure that I fill in any gaps that there may be between the pot and the root ball, using the tapping method as well. I love the Hoya Chelsea, you guys. I don't know about you, but I feel like she's a slower grower than the other Hoyas. I don't know if it has anything to do with the size of pot that she's in or the fact that I only have one vine in this pot, but she was very slow growing for me. But I do love her leaves. They are very, very hardy and succulent like. Here I am just adjusting her on the trellis, and she is all done, you guys. Look at how beautiful she is. And I'm going to go ahead and pot her right back into the pot that she was in. I was just checking to make sure there was nothing in that pot. And here I am. I can't make a decision what pot I want to put her in. I want her to be nice and snug in whatever catch pot I put her in, so I decided to use this one because it's nice and snug in the nursery pot. It's really cute marble pot that I picked up from Target's Dollar Spot quite a bit ago. You guys have seen this pot before, and I think that this pot is perfect for her. So those are the two repots we just did, the Hoya Chelsea and the Hoya Rosita. And now we're going to take a close-up of all of the Hoyas. Here is the Hoya australis. That one is also on my PalmStreet if you're interested. And this is the Hoya heartleaf parasitica or cuta splash. She's very splashy and beautiful. I also have some cuttings of her available on my PalmStreet if you're interested. Quite a few cuttings of her. And here is my Hoya Rosita. Look at how healthy she looked, you guys. Stay tuned to see the rehab of the Hoya Rosita. I will be sharing that with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this repot video and the little bit of updates that I have for you guys. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. Click on that bell to get notified every time I upload a video. You don't want to miss it. And I'll check you guys out on my next video. Bye!